Welcome, everybody. This is the NexusMods case study. We're going to walk through an issue that was solved on the NexusMods codebase from start to finish. So this case study, I believe, will be instructive to people who want to contribute to NexusMods. So if it'll help you learn about the codebase, you'll get to see how an issue is solved from start to finish. And I'm going to introduce you to Alex and Michael, Alexander Manolad and Michael Kawada. They solved the issue that we're going to feature in the case study. And I'll just give a quick intro about them. They're students in college. Alex is a computer science major. Michael is an information technology major. And they completed an extracurricular program called the Micro Internship, which is hosted in partnership between the Computing Talent Initiative, CTI, and Code Day. I am Utsab Saha. I'm a learning engineer for CTI. So when I saw their contribution after the micro internship, I was really impressed, and I reached out to them and I asked them, Alex, Michael, would you be willing to turn this into a case study? Because I just thought it'd be very instructive, and thankfully they agreed. So let me ask Alex, can you briefly introduce us to the issue that you and Michael solved?
Yes, sure. So the issue that we solved together was issue 1196, which is about preventing other loadouts from synchronizing while one loadout is synchronizing. What this means is if one loadout is currently being applied, we cannot let the other loadouts from applying at the same time.
Okay. In case you don't know what those terms mean, like what a loadout is, don't worry about it. We're going to explain that in the case study. Michael, can you walk us through the structure of the case study? What is the audience going to experience as they go through the case study?
Yeah, so the structure of this case study is broken down into milestones. And so milestones 1 through 3, you'll be covering and walking through how to set up the project. Milestones 4 and 5 would be using the project. Milestones 6 through 8 is figuring out and kind of getting a better understanding of like what the issue is. Milestones 9 and 10 is formatting a blueprint for solving a potential solution or coming up with a potential solution. Milestones 11 through 13 is implementing the solution.
Great. Now, Alex, let me ask you, reflecting back on the whole learning journey, having solved the issue, give us a spoiler. What was the most interesting moment or instructive takeaway that you had having solved the issue?
Yes, so the most interesting part about solving this issue as a whole is we actually use computer science concepts for us to implement solutions. So concepts like data structures and operating systems are two concepts that we use to implement our solution. With data structures, we did something like hash maps and queues. And for operating systems, we did something like semaphores and locks. So I think using those two concepts are very interesting overall.
Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in to the case study. Next, Alex is going to introduce us to NexusMods.